Hello, hello. How are you guys? Jess here. Welcome to your weekly intuitive collective Reiki healing. This is for July 7th to the 13th. How are you guys doing? If you're back, welcome back. I'm so glad that you found previous healing supportive. And if you're new, welcome. The way that my weeklies work is I pull 3 tarot cards. It sets the tone for the healing, and then I give about a 10-minute or so Reiki healing, and intuitive messages come up in the process. If you're new to Reiki, there's a full description of it down below, but know that it is a harmonious energy healing modality that will never deplete. It will never cause harm. It has nothing to do with my energy at all. I'm just a conduit and a channel, but it does have to do with your willingness to just open to receive and be willing to receive. So I'm so glad that you guys are here today. It's so powerful. It can be done from a distance, which is why we're together here today. And if you feel the call to come back and experience these pre-recorded healings, then listen to that call. There's something for you there. Most likely a message that you didn't receive the first time, or a new level to the healing you're ready to unlock. Even though a lot of this healing happens in our subconscious, it doesn't mean that we won't have conscious sensations, temperature changes, tingles, emotional releases, epiphanies. You might fall asleep. There's all sorts of things that could happen. And it's always promoting harmony. So wherever that next step is for you. I always believe that the Reiki and our higher selves will never give us things that we can't handle. So there's a lot of trust and faith to be had in that. But it is incredibly peaceful, relaxing if you're new. So welcome. Before I get into anything else, I want to let you guys know that it's been a while, but I have a new podcast episode out, and I hope you guys will tune in to listen to that one. It's very rich. I'm speaking with Ty Marin all about manifestation and about his new book, The Manifestation Tablet. It was a great conversation, and we actually have a series in the works, getting ready to talk about some other things in regards to metaphysics, esoteric science, healing religious trauma, all sorts of cool, rich topics. So I hope you'll check that out. And do check out his book, which is absolutely amazing, short, concise, and foundational if you are feeling like you need a little bit more clarity on the manifestation game. We talk a lot about how saturated it is, and there's so many tools out there. This is good stuff. So hope you'll check it out, guys. What else? So Monday, first day of the week, Uranus is moving into Gemini, and this is going to be about a seven-year cycle, I want to say, and there's a lot of collective energy in that. That's just absolutely beautiful. It's really a true, it's a really clear aspect for huge jumps in collective consciousness, like huge, massive jumps. Gemini has to do with communication. There will be communication. There will be tech involvement. Obviously, we're already seeing that skyrocket. And Uranus brings abrupt changes and sometimes disruptions so that it can move into a new level of that collective consciousness. So I'm excited. I'm excited for that. If you want to see just how it's personally working for you, check out right now where 0 degrees of Gemini is. That'll be the next few years, and then just watch as it progresses. It might move from one house into another house, most likely within this longer term range. But the symbolism that it's bringing up specifically with the collective and how we can all work together and what we can see in terms of growth, I think is really, really beautiful. And it will always come down to the individual human, right? In terms of how we're going to utilize this. So just don't ever forget that you're a co-creator and that you have the power to make a choice every single second of every single day. And your choices really matter for you, for others, for the collective. Yeah. So again, just themes of tech. I'm really seeing, like, we already know things like, for example, AI, just massively, massively growing. It's fast. And we're now really being encouraged to figure out what our relationship with that is going to be. And I believe that everything can be used for good if we're really coming from a heart space. And I also believe that there's a lot of people out there who will distort or start to rely on things too much and forget about their own sovereignty or forget about their own organic natural nature. I believe that we can hold two things at once and we can adapt and we can use things for good. You know, for example, if I didn't have tech, I wouldn't be able to be with you today. So I believe that if we really set intentions on what we do, and really have just clear thought, just lots of clarity on why we are using something and why something is benefiting us, then it can be immensely spiritual. So I don't know why I got on my soapbox about that. Maybe something, was stirring there. Maybe a few of you needed to hear some confirmation or validation or some encouragement in that regard. But no, communication, right? It's not just in tech, how we communicate, how we're presenting ourselves, to others, to the world. These are big things. So see where it falls in your chart and see how you want to maybe start setting some intentions on that. Now, we also have a full moon coming up, 18 of Capricorn. That's going to be on Thursday. And I will have a video coming out soon specifically for that. Because I do have my new and full moon healings now that you can come to expect. If you're new, I always have my weeklies, I have my lunations, and then I have zodiac season healings. So check out whatever's been the most recent for you. I also have solstice healings for the elements where you can check out your sun, moon, rising, Venus, or whatever you're drawn to. So you can almost kind of consider that for the season of summer. When you're meant to find these is when you're meant to find them. Okay. These are just kind of general guidelines of when I release them. And I like to tune in to the energies in order to feel some inspiration for you guys. So how are we doing? How are we feeling? Happy July. Can you believe it's July? It's nuts. Let's pull 3 cards for the collective. Thank you. That was nice and quick. Straight and to the point. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So if you're new, I always tend to kind of jump right into messages. And so I do my very best to show the cards as fast as I can. And then we prep for Reiki. Okay. So your first card is the 2 of Wands. And I'm using the Shadowscapes Tarot for those of you who are new. We might have a lot of newbies coming in because I feel the desire to talk to you guys. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Wheel of Fortune. I almost feel this energy when I bring this out for those of you who've been following me a while, like more karmic debt or more, that kind of feeling. But I mean, it's good. I mean, look at the bottom of the deck, guys. It's death. So this could be a continuation of releases. It could be that, I think we all have been going through a process of really releasing deep, deep old wounds so that we can transform, transmute, and get into this new energy, specifically with Jupiter moving into Cancer last month, kind of setting a new year cycle. Now Uranus moving into Gemini, a much more long game type of thing. All of you have been in different places when it's come to this. I told you the messages are coming through. So I think there's I feel a little bit of a continuation, a little bit of some more have arrived in terms of their releasing and in terms of new beginnings and what's next. So let's prep for Reiki. have a seat, lie down, do what feels good to you. Just remember you don't work when you receive Reiki. So we're just going to take a moment to breathe into our body, give ourselves the permission. Interesting. Give ourselves the gift of our own attention is what I was going to say, but the permission. Give yourself permission. Okay, that's definitely going to come up later. Let's thank the Reiki for all the healing that's about to take place, guys, for the collective for this week. I'm just really still sinking into this giving yourself permission because that felt very profound. Like giving yourself permission to do it differently, giving yourself permission to try something new, giving yourself permission to start over again. Whew, I'm feeling like very emotional all of a sudden when I'm feeling this stuff, guys. I'm feeling hmm, I'm feeling this energy of like it's never too late to start over, but society has told us that by this time, by XYZ, by, whatever, we are supposed to have achieved XYZ, right? I'm feeling that program that's been set into our body. We talk a lot about programs, by the way, in that podcast. So maybe there's a connection there. But I think for some of you, there's just a confirmation of like giving yourself the permission to start over. And that seems so what is the word? Extreme. Like for some of you, it could be like a total big overhaul. But for others, this starting over isn't necessarily some huge overhaul when you look at it from the external, but for you, it feels big. It could be very internal in the way that could be subtle. It could be just the way that you're expressing yourself, the communication with Uranus and Gemini coming in. It could be the way that you speak to yourself. It could be just shifting your daily routines a little bit where it seems subtle, but it's going to be a massive shift for you. For others, this is completely shifting career with the Ace of Pentacles. It is going back to an old career, maybe that you never thought you would, but you needed time to heal. I don't know why I'm feeling this like so deeply in my heart, and it feels very emotional, but there's something ending here. And I think what I feel with this is that it's very much like breaking the societal programming, which feels so good. It's breaking the, like, culture has told me to do it this way. But I am going to just really embrace my sovereignty and look forward and really believe and trust that the possibilities are actually limitless. And if I do my best to keep doors open, to not close doors or look at the negative on things, or I'm hearing like be the wet blanket in certain situations for yourself. This is about you with you. I mean, there is definitely a new cycle starting, something ending and something beginning in a beautiful way. And it feels very internal. It feels deeply spiritual. It feels like you 2.0, 3.0, 5.0, 10.0, I know that we rebuild ourselves again and again. But it just feels so powerful considering the fact that we're starting this new Uranus cycle. It's very long game. It's very long game. And, under death, guys, I see the devil. And what I feel with this is just the encouragement to really have self-compassion, because I'm feeling an energy of regret, like I wish I would have done many things differently in the past. No, oh my gosh, do I personally understand that? Like, I think a lot of us could resonate with those feelings. I could have done it differently. I could have done it better. I should have, but that is now kind of, let me think of how to say this. That is so incredibly powerful and helpful when we can look at it and go, wow, yeah, I really feel that. And now I'm going to immediately shift and transmute that into a new lesson. Or where it becomes devil, I'm going to sink into that and allow it to become shame. I'm going to beat myself up for it. I'm going to say, you should be in a different place right now. You should be that, should, could, would. Like, if those words are in your vocabulary right now internally, you're really lovingly being encouraged to go, stop it. If you've been following me for a while, I know you've heard me sometimes I hear like your guides come through, and I don't quite know who they are or something, but there's some sassy ones that come through in like a really loving way. And every now and then I hear energy of kind of like that sassy grandma or aunt or something like that. And that's what I heard there. It was just like, just stop it. Like, so loving, so loving. It's not slap on the wrist. It's just like, cut it out. Like, be kind to yourself. I'm really feeling the energy of Kuan Yin coming in right now. Kuan Yin could be someone that could be really beneficial to work with. Um, she helps to bring self-compassion and compassion to others, and just bringing consideration and kindness. She's the goddess I call on when I'm doing like loving kindness meditations, metta meditations, where I'm just really focused on bringing loving kindness into everything I do. So she could be someone that could be really beneficial to work with right now. She also carries the image of the lotus flower. And the lotus flower is this incredibly gorgeous plant that grew in the depths, the swamp, the mud, and needed all of that darkness and all of that nourishment and lessons to grow. And then it emerges out of the water and blooms into just one of the most beautiful flowers that I have ever seen. So there's something about that. Like, many of us are coming out of that mud right now, and it's almost feeling a little bit like, oh, the light is so bright. The phoenix is the fire is just maybe just a little bit intense. Maybe a lot of us are just very freshly coming into the light right now, and we're a little bit like, ooh, like, I'm not ready for that quite yet. It's sensitive, but just give yourself the compassion and give yourself the baby steps. Okay. So definitely picking up on that in terms of our self-love, our kindness. For those of you who are new, I'm always going to come into self-love. I am a self-love based coach. I work with burnout recovery, recovering perfectionists, highly sensitives, empaths. So if you are any of those things, that is maybe one of the reasons why you were drawn to this healing. Self-love is our unavoidable journey. So they're bringing that up right away. And that might also be why I was feeling really emotional before. I'm feeling really called into this Ace of Pentacles again. I feel a lot of this is having to do with our purpose, our career, or just building our more secure and safe foundation. I think a lot of us have been surviving for a very long time, and this is really about bringing in safety. I'm going to tap in with those chakras. Mhm. Okay, yeah, mostly crown and heart. I'm hearing I want this so bad. Ooh, I feel that, you guys. I really feel that. I'm just going to focus in on your crown first. It doesn't feel too overly active, but it does feel like it's really being sparked, and we're bringing in a lot of information right now. So the word soothing is coming to mind. I'm just feeling the guidance to soothe. This might also just be an encouragement for you to practice self-soothing tools. And if you don't know what I mean by that, check out my shorts. I have these balanced hacks that help us to drop into our body and self-soothe. You can try things like shaking the body, you can do butterfly taps, you can literally just give yourself hugs. It is so powerful to give yourself a hug and to just self-touch, self-soothe, self-comfort. We can get into some baths. We can just find different grounding techniques. It might be that you need soothing from others as well, but I'm really picking up on self-soothing. So, yeah, this crown is like very tingly today. Is there anything else that we need to know here? Hmm. Yeah, maybe a little bit of overthinking, a little bit of that, just light warning of the devil energy, of the self-doubt and things like that. But you're actually feeling like a bit ignited there, guys, and you might just be really tired physically right now. And so it's a bit like, oh, I don't know if I can take it all in. It's also that same, like, kind of what I was feeling, the light at the end of the tunnel, and now you're first seeing the light, and it's like, oh, geez, I don't know, this is a lot. It's feeling sensitive. That's fine. It's sensitive, totally. So take your time. Take your time and take in every little bit of information, one thing at a time. Don't rush. You won't lose it if it's important. Okay, there's a fear there. You won't lose it. If it's important for you to bring into your being, it will come back to you. Okay, so just trust. Just trust. All right. And then how about this heart? What am I feeling in that heart chakra, guys? Is this solely just that we've been surviving for a long time and our heart is tired? Is this burnout? Is this we need nervous system regulation? Yeah, it feels like that paired with just a deep desire for XYZ, for what you've been trying to manifest, whether that's a new job, career, more stability, um, safety, security. For some of you, it's specifically about income. For others, it's just general feelings of safety and love. Yeah, Kuan Yin's coming back in. So, yeah, Kuan Yin just really, yeah, I'm feeling that in my heart. Mm-hmm. And I can tell that a lot of you have been working so hard for so long. So, a lot of this is really about you taking those moments of stepping back and resting as well. Even the Two of Wands, even though the Wands can really represent action. The Two of Wands is very much just looking out on the possibilities and dreaming and gathering up your strength, right? So I say all that because I don't think that this week is necessarily about you taking a ton of inspired action. But maybe action can be taken when it's coming from a very aligned place. So I think you're just being encouraged to not necessarily do a lot, but to take the time to maybe do one bit of action that's going to be really powerful and serve your long game. Yeah, more about, we talked about this in the podcast as well, more about alignment rather than hustle when we're manifesting. If you guys are actively manifesting, you got to check out this podcast. You have to. It's so good. Rich, rich talk. Yeah. Okay. Well, this is beautiful, guys. Whatever you've been working for, whatever kind of grounding structure, security, legacy, I'm even hearing, whatever you've been trying to create, know that it is coming. And it's coming because we've really been working on releasing some old things so that we can start out looking into the new. Okay. But just watch out, and not like watch out. It's just watch out for, the negative self-talk and the inner critic and things like that. Beneath that, the Seven of Cups, you have choices, guys. You always have choices. You have so much more power than I think that you realize. And I think that a lot of you can, in your rational mind, logically go like, yeah, I know I have power. I know, Jess, I know. But do you believe that you have power in your body? That's what this is about, right? Gathering strength with that lion, with that super cool unicorn lion, right? Gathering it up, not forcing it, slowly building, gathering your resources, right? Knowing that when it's about the long game, it's not about rushing. But if you've been in survival mode a long time, you might be feeling rushed. So regulate your nervous system, find your tools, right? Check out my shorts. Find your nervous system tools if you need them. Okay? This is beautiful. Tell me what's going on. What's going on? Drop a comment, send love out to everyone. What have you been working towards? What have you been releasing? What have you released? And what are you now looking out into? What is your Ace of Pentacles right now? And I'm hearing the give yourself permission again. What do you need to give yourself permission to do? I think it's a little bit different for everyone. Give yourself permission to rest for some of you. Give yourself permission to love yourself, to slow down, to take your time without having that fear of missing out. Yeah. Giving yourself permission to finally let something go. Giving yourself permission to do things differently. This is so beautiful, you guys. I would love to know how it's resonating. Leave it in the comments. I really want to hear. Oh, man. All right, let's take a final breath in together. That's so beautiful. Wait, hold on. I just want to check in on that heart again. Yeah, crown is very open and active in a good way. It's flowing. Yeah, the heart is just feeling so tender right now. But we're shifting. We're shifting in a really beautiful way. And more of you are doing this than you think, guys. So if you're feeling very alone right now, I'm here to tell you you're not. You're not. There's a massive collective heart shift happening right now, and it's really beautiful. It's really beautiful. We all want more of the same things than you would ever think. Okay, so when we really zoom out and we can think about that, it can help us to just connect a little bit more with love. Bring in Kuan Yin. She's coming in again. So let's take a final breath in together, guys. And I'd like to focus in on the green of the heart, Look at all the green in this Ace of Pentacles too. I'm going to focus on that color green. And as we take that breath in together, we're going to hold it at the top and we're going to feel it come into our being. And we're just going to feel it fill up our system. Okay, so relax your body. Let's exhale and get all the air out. Slow inhale in through the nose. Hold it at the top and feel it coming into your body. Feel that green come down through your crown, penetrate down through the crown. Where does it want to go? Where do you need the most love and support right now in your body? Just feel it fill you up. Feel it comfort you. Feel it empower you. Feel it fill you up with a calm, peaceful strength. Calm and peaceful strength. Yes. Yeah, the strength to really grant this permission. Let's exhale, push out what doesn't serve you. Wow. Hearing that phrase, granting yourself the permission, it feels like such a declaration to me. It feels powerful, it feels subtle, it feels like it's just you with you. You don't have to tell anyone about it. I don't know, a group of you needs to hear that. A group of you might need to hear that. I'm not going to tell you what you need to hear. Yeah, that's really nice, guys. Some of you journaling, I think, could also be really supportive because the crown is really bustling up, but in a beautiful way. Like you might be flooded with a lot of new information, and it's just nice to write it down. It's just good to write it down. You can come back to it later. That in and of itself is such a grounding practice. All right, guys. Wow, this is beautiful. Let's lock your energy up nice and tight into your solar plexus chakra. We are never putting on armor or guarding. We're saying what's mine is mine and what does not serve me, kindly stay out. Beautiful. Remember, you have the power. You have the power to bring it in. You have the power to not bring it in. You have the power to make choices that are for your good. You have the power to make choices that are not going to serve you. You have that each and every day. And if you're feeling confused and you need support, check out the links down below. I have lots and lots of support for you, from free resources to community resources to one-on-one deep dives to intuitive healing sessions just between you and me. Anything you need, I'm here for you, okay? Oh, wow, guys, this is really beautiful. Please do like the video, subscribe if you haven't joined this amazing community yet, and share with someone who you think it would support this week. This is really, really tender and rich. It feels very good, and I just want to give you all a big, big hug right now. Again, if you need support, check out Equilibrium Community down below. It's a $44 a month membership where we have a 24/7 community chat where we're constantly sharing, and we meet once a month, and that's actually coming up next week. So if you want to get into the chat and kind of get acclimated before then, now is a great time to join and meet up with your new Soul Tribe family. We are part self-love, part spiritual school. And it's just awesome. It's awesome what we do there. If you want one-on-one work, I have all sorts of options down below. I've actually recently totally shifted my services. So do check out my website and explore. I'm just giving one-off sessions now when I didn't before. I'm giving a lot of different options that have just, it's been shifting. So you can just see me for one session if you want. You can do programs with me. You can do whatever. All right. But if you're in need of just kind of some regulation and some really grounded, actionable steps to help you bring in some more spiritual practice, some more self-regulation, self-soothing tools, or if you're really working on manifesting something and you're wanting to do it through self-love, this is the work that I do. Okay. So do check me out down below. Check out my website. Check out that new podcast with Ty. It is fantastic. And keep your eye out for some new conversations we're going to be having soon. I can just keep going on this Reiki, guys. I'm just really feeling into your energy right now. It feels very good. Feels very good. So if you're not feeling very good, come back to this healing and, feel the good through me if that helps, and act as if in the beginning, because I see us moving out of a dark place. I see us collectively moving out of that right now, even though the world might seem turbulent. Collectively, we are moving out of a dark place. And we really, if we come together and we truly believe that, and we work from an individual place on that first, and then expand out, it's amazing how quickly you will see things shift. So we're all in this together. We truly are. Guys, I love you so much. I hope you found this healing supportive. Get ready for the full moon healing coming up in a few days as well, depending on when you're watching this. And I love you guys so much, honoring you and all that you're doing. And I will see you next time.